Hey everybody, this is So Many Sequels, your book club for movies. I'm Josh.
I'm Garrett.
And I'm David.
This week on the show, September has really sucked. So we're looking ahead to October and our annual So Many Scares month.
There are 5 weeks to talk about scary movies. We treat you by revealing our scary movie picks and hope to trick you into helping us fill the rest.
Plus, we talk about all the things we're excited for in October. Candy corn. This is the House of Candy Corn fans. Trick-or-treating. And that random Keenan scene from SNL where he's a werewolf that we all love, and so should you.
Tony Shalice's dance choreography school. It's the greatest thing ever. Go watch it. Google it. We've got all that and more this week on So Many Sequels. Be sure to check us out online at somanysequels.com. Subscribe in your favorite podcasting app or on YouTube. And be sure to follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Okay, without any further ado, enjoy our preview of So Many Scares. So it's almost October, everybody.
That's true.
October in the house.
Time is here. Oh,
Spooky
you guys
season.
talk. I'll be right back.
My son has
Okay.
been looking forward to Halloween, like literally since the end of last Halloween. It has been constant. Wants to watch spooky videos. We bought him the spooky chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
He practices playing Halloween. He practices trick or treat. And what that means is
Oh, wow.
I have to go and wait inside this room. And he comes by with his pumpkin and he knocks on the door and says trick or treat. And I open and I say, oh my, look at you. And he says, I'm a baby dinosaur.
Oh, look.
And then I give him candy. And then he goes back down the hall. And then I have to go across the hallway to the other room. What is that, Bride of Frankenstein?
Here we go. Bride of Frankenstein is out.
Yep. The stuff has come out already, boys. I got the monsters up this season already. I got the Dracula out. I got the Bride of Frankenstein. I got the Michael Myers up in the room of doom is what I call it.
You got Michael Myers somewhere around there too, or does Josh have that one?
Nah, he's
no, I have it too.
Yeah. I don't have.
That's
stuff
exciting.
I got the Kramer. That's the best I can do for you.
You got the Kramer. That's pretty scary, though.
Yeah.
Can be.
He's a loathsome.
It could be like the Portrait of Dorian Gray, which is
mhm.
a horror thing in its own right.
Yeah. So we're doing So Many Scares, or we're about to. This is kind of our little preview teaser episode. We got some stuff we're going to get to first, or we're going to talk about first, but we're going to do a little So Many Scares retrospective, I think, hosted by David. Garrett and I don't know what this is, so it will be a show for everyone. We are going to then reveal our picks for the month, our individual picks, talk about those a little bit, whether or not we're excited about them or scared of them. And we also have some surprises that we'll need your guys' help with in terms of picking maybe our last movie of the month or something like that. I don't know. We'll get to it. But first, we've talked about before how September has been just a friggin' drought of movies. Bad.
Mm-hmm.
I have AMC
Real
A-list
bad.
and I haven't been in a month probably because
Not worth it. Get your money back.
But relief is in sight. October is looking a little better. Garrett, you've been researching this. You made a list of movies coming out, right? That people may or may not be looking forward to, but hopefully maybe.
I've done an extensive Google search in the last 5 minutes to find the last reliable source from Movie Insider. That is the depth that I am able to take this right now. But again, before we get into October, I do want to point out that we've got one more week of September, which this month seems like it's lasted a scary long time, and I'm not a fan of it. But we have Saw 10 coming out soon, and that comes out this Friday. If you're listening to it, it is February 29th September 29th when it comes out. Big Saw fan. I have every single movie, seen everyone. I have not seen any marketing for this whatsoever lately, which makes me really concerned about it. I've not seen anyone talk about it. In fact, I was looking up movies in October and it wasn't on the list. And I was like, when does this movie come out? Did it get delayed because of the strike? Nope. It just comes out this week. So I'm a little concerned about that, which is sad. But
I'm not a
looking
big
forward
Saw
to it.
fan myself. I seen the first two, and that's it. But I did see Spiral, infamously. We reviewed Spiral.
you like Spiral. You loved it, right?
No, bad movie.
Nah,
A scary movie's bad when I'm not scared by it. That's sort of
nah.
yeah.
But
Anyway.
October has, some good or bad, depending on how you look at it, how you like your scary movies, right? Right off the bat, allegedly there's a movie coming out sometime in October called Caddy Hack, which you can imagine could be a slasher version of the classic Caddy Shack. So look out for that. There's also Mary Had a Little Lamb, Creepy Crawly,
Man, I thought we were going to talk
Monster
about good movies.
High 2. Monster High 2.
Monster
coming out
High
on
2.
Paramount Plus, that one.
I missed Monster High 1.
Where was Monster High 1? I never heard of the first one.
No idea.
This is a Disney Channel original?
It sounds like it.
Probably.
A Descendants.
You
crap.
do on Hulu. You've got the Boogeyman with Sean Levy coming out. That looks like it could be interesting. October 6th, you got The Exorcist, which was moved up because of Taylor Swift, obviously.
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist Believer.
Killers of the Flower Moon also coming out in October. That's going to be a big giant one. It's not a scary. I mean, it is a scary movie. It's just not your typical kind of like what you'd think of a horror movie, but definitely going to be scary for people who are very unfamiliar with this, and anybody who is familiar with it but seeing it is going to be scary.
Yeah. Scary long.
Pet Cemetery Bloodlines. That's going to come out too. There's a new Pet Cemetery movie for some reason.
I saw a review of that
that
earlier today.
Oh yeah, was it good?
They said that they didn't. They said that it wasn't flawless, but they enjoyed that they took a lot of chances with it. That kind of thing.
Oof, that's how I know it's bad.
Well, because they said
I
that
appreciate the chances they took.
it's one of those things. Like, the way they put it was, there's been a lot of adaptations of Stephen King's work, and so it's kind of hard to do new things in that like subgenre of Stephen King adaptations. But so they appreciated that they kind of tried some new things within that, I guess, was their overall thesis. But it's Pet Cemetery, so I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure it sucks.
Is it based on a book?
Well, the first one is.
Just say that.
I don't know if the second one is.
I don't know what Bloodlines is.
Finally, here at the end, you got the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, which I'm very intrigued by. It's got Josh Hutcherson, Matthew Lillard, Jason Blum. It's gonna. I think it's got potential to be fun. I don't know how scary it will be, but I definitely think it has potential to be fun. The game itself, I remember seeing people play, and it is enjoyable to watch people play if they're jumpable. So it'll be interesting to see how I hope they Nicolas Cage it and just lean into like absurdity and really just go hard into it. So
That would be fun.
We'll see. Yeah,
That would be fun.
I think that's very possible. They got Matthew Lillard, so that's a good sign.
It's a good sign when you got Matthew Lillard. Yeah, I do.
Greatest actor of our generation.
Yeah, he's
Icon.
awesome. An icon, definitely. The AFI is coming soon.
Lifetime achievement.
But that's pretty much it in
that
October.
it? Nothing
Again, it's
else?
a little more bearable. It's a little more theme
little bit,
based.
yeah.
There's some things, but it's still not great.
Well, hopefully we will also see an end to the strike relatively soon to help with the promotion for some of these movies. I'm sure that might have something to do with why you've not seen much Saw stuff anywhere, and a lot of these other movies as well. You're just not hearing about them too much because there's not promotion. But without knowing anything of real value, the sources say the deal is close. They're hammering out with lawyers. I was under the impression a statement would be released today, Sunday, as of this recording, but it hasn't been. So I don't know what that's about.
No statement yet.
Yes, because the best and final offer from the producers was given over yesterday. So they were having their lawyers pour over it to decide. I don't know.
Yeah, will this final offer work? I feel like it's the second offer. Like, your second offer can't be your final one.
Can't be.
Oh,
Can't
well.
be. Anyway,
We'll see.
I kind of think they'll make this one work. I hope. Fingers crossed that the writers get significant concessions from the producers because they need it. All right, let's. So many scares it up. Let's
Let's
get into
do it.
this. Let's do a little. Let's talk about what this month is. I don't really remember how it started.
I can
I
tell
don't
you
even
that.
remember if we started the first year. You can tell us?
I can tell you how it started.
This is what's got David hooked.
At
It
one
is.
point we decided we're going to do Halloween movies all month long in
Mhm.
October. And here we are doing it every year since.
Yeah,
That's the best I know.
it began in earnest with not just Halloween movies, but Halloween movies. It started with Michael Myers. You guys started doing a rewatch of the classic John Carpenter horror series, and from there, it just continued to. It grew the next year. I joined by that point, and we did something a little different. And then the next year, we decided, hey, what if we all had a pick? In fact, what if we all had two picks and we put them on the seat wheel and let the wheel decide what our movie choices would be? And then the next year we said, we're not doing that again. We're just all going to pick a movie each. And that year we had Andrew. This year will be our first year, just the three of us, but we are going to do some more fun stuff. But it all started with Halloween. You guys did Halloween, Halloween 3, H2O. You did Rob Zombie's Halloween, and then you did Halloween 2018, the big reboot.
Hey, listen,
series.
I ain't a fan of self-promotion, but that's a good franchise to go watch and listen to because we had a lot of fun
Garrett,
with those.
As you pointed out, it was one of the reasons that made me desperate to get on the show, because for 5 weeks I listened to Andrew talk about how Michael Myers was like Jaws. And I was like, he's not like Jaws. He's like Michael Myers. He's his own thing. He's like David S. Pumpkins. He's his own thing, man. And so he said it in the first one, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And then Halloween 3, he didn't really have it to say, but then H2O and Rob Zombie and the other one, he just kept saying it's like Jaws, and then just made me laugh so much. I was like, come on.
Season of the Witch, also a great movie.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys were really high on Season of the Witch, if I recall.
Yeah.
You guys also had a great bit. I don't remember how it came about, but you guys had a great bit about Michael Myers hitchhiking to California to find what's her name? Jody? Isn't that her name?
Yeah.
You were like, because she moved to California. Yeah, she moved all the way to California, and you guys were like, how did Mike get to California? Like, what did he do to get down there? Is he hitchhiking the whole way? Anyway, those are some great episodes. Go back and listen. That's how it started.
Okay. So you've prepared, David, some kind of retrospective for us to go through. What is this?
Sort of a look back, some statistics, if you will. Like I said, the Halloween franchise is how this all started, and the Halloween franchise is the most reviewed movie for So Many Scares. We've done those 5 Halloween movies I mentioned, plus we've done
many of them.
Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. To just kind of explore a little bit after that, we've all had picks in the past. I'll go through what you guys have picked in the past. Josh, his picks have previously been The Conjuring, Halloween Kills, and Trick or Treat.
Okay.
Garrett's past picks include Smile, Train to Busan, and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Okay.
My past picks, and you'll note that I have one more. This is because I was blessed by the sequel. I had Identity, The Fog, The Thing, and The Crazies. And then meanwhile, Andrew's had 2 picks. His picks were The Frighteners, which we did not love that much, and Misery, which actually was pretty good. Garrett, I don't think you were with us when we reviewed Misery.
No, I had to miss that one for some reason. I still haven't seen Misery. It's a bummer.
Oh, it's a good movie. Overall, we've done 24 movies with an average Letterboxd score of 3.1 per movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we picked some good stuff for you to watch and get scared with.
For the most part, I even looked up the median because people like the median number these days, and it's 3.0, right in the middle. Oh. So I told you about the franchise we've done the most. Coming at number 2 in that grouping was the second most common franchises were Happy Death Day. We did both of those movies, and the Zombieland franchise. We did both of those movies for our Halloween time. See, because before it wasn't really So Many Scares; there was just Halloween time, and then we came up with So Many Scares somewhere along the way. We have done. So we have some some pretty new films. Our newest films include Halloween Ends, Smile, and Hocus Pocus 2. Our oldest films that we've reviewed for So Many Scares are Halloween, 1978, The Fog, and The Thing, all John Carpenter movies. And then here's some interesting. I thought this was an interesting little one. Here are some of the subgenres we've covered. We've covered zombies. We've done 4 zombie movies. We've covered 2 ghost movies. We've covered 2 demon films, 6 horror comedies, 3 sci-fi horror.
Sounds like us.
And what I'm calling 8 psycho movies. So that's like your murderers, your
murderers,
your serial killers, so that's like, that's your I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's your Happy Death Days. Obviously your Halloween movies, and Misery was included in that as well. So those are your psycho movies. And then what was the last little bit that I had for you guys? Overall, I think it's been a lot of fun. We had the sequel year. That was kind of a wild year. It was so frustrating that Josh was like, no, we're doing a scary movie. We're going to watch The Conjuring now because he were not scared by The Frighteners at all.
I was annoyed by it, in fact.
But we're going to pick, there's going to be 5 more movies this year, which will push us from 24 to 31. Might skew the numbers a little bit. We'll have to find out. But interestingly, we haven't touched on some pretty classics. We've never done The Nightmare on Elm Streets. We've never done the Scream franchise. We've never done the what was the other one I had for that? The Friday the 13th or anything like that. So could this be the year? We'll find out.
There's a lot that could change. Well, that's really interesting. I am glad to see that we have a nice range of horror subgenres there. We're a little heavy on horror comedy. I think we got to balance that out a little bit. With
the Hocus Pocus franchise really impacted that.
Right. But I think we've got a good track record here.
I do too.
Of those,
we've done well.
Of those, what is your personal favorite?
Oh,
everyone's least favorite is obviously The Frighteners.
Yeah, I forgot to say our highest reviewed film on Letterboxd is The Thing, and our lowest is Halloween Kills. But what are your favorites?
I think that if I remember right, Season of the Witch was so much fun because Josh, you and I loved it, and Andrew hated it with a fiery passion, and he was so wrong for his opinions. And I don't say that much about people's opinions, but he was so wrong. And I think that in my brain, that lives as a fun memory for me.
Yeah.
For me, I would say my favorite is probably you guys forcing me to watch The Conjuring, because it was actually a really good movie. It was really solid. I dug it. I was scared, and I don't really like scary movies, but I was like genuinely like, you know what? This is actually a really good movie. I like it a lot. Least favorite? I'm probably going to say Smile.
Oh.
I mean, I thought about saying I Know What You Did Last Summer because that was so cheesy. And then I thought about saying The Fog because while I enjoyed it, it was kind of like, it was really slow. But Smile to me just felt so derivative of other things that I had already seen or we had already talked about. It wasn't like a bad movie. It just kind of felt like nothing. I don't know. It felt like the ad campaign was better than the movie.
Well, I think my favorite Season of the Witch is definitely up there. But just to pick something different, I really liked Happy Death Day because it was also a surprising movie.
Yeah.
It was refreshing for the time. It was very funny and legitimately tense at times. I felt like it introduced us to a couple new actors that I hadn't heard of, so it's nice to see some fresh faces. And just overall, it was a great time. Fun premise. I loved it. I think I saw it in theaters twice.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, we haven't seen enough Jessica Ross since then.
Well, let's see what we're adding to the list this year. Like David said, we're going to bring that number up to 31. So Many Scares movies. Yeah.
Before we reveal, can we say which subgenre our movies fall in and give each other kind of a tease? I believe I can go first. I don't remember them all, but I do remember, and I would say that mine falls into the psycho-ish pool that you have there, David.
Yeah, mine would probably be psychological. Would be mine.
Thankfully, I had mine pulled up on Letterboxd, and you can see the genres and then the sub themes. So I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to pick one. Gothic and eerie haunting horror.
Gothic and
Interesting.
eerie. Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that could be.
Yeah.
Don't know what that could be. Well, who's going first? Who is announcing their picks first?
Well, damn. I guess we don't really have any real particular reason to pick an order. Is anybody wishing to go first? Because you know what, I'm gonna go first.
Okay, you go
I
first.
was just saying. I was just thinking, like, whoever reveals first doesn't necessitate the order we record in.
That's true.
No.
We'll see.
No.
So my pick. I wanted to dig up something that would be something we haven't done before, but something that's also a bit of a cult classic that you're gonna know. And maybe I don't think I'm certain David hasn't seen it. Garrett may have, but it's probably been a while. We're gonna talk about, for me, The Craft.
Ooh, fun.
Interesting.
The Craft from 1996, starring Neve Campbell as a teenage witch. The letterboxed synopsis is: a Catholic school newcomer falls in with a clique of teen witches who wield their powers against all who dare to cross them, be they teachers, rivals, or meddlesome parents. The Craft has become a bit of a cult classic over the years, and I haven't ever seen it, to be honest with you, which is why I picked it.
I think that's a really cool choice. I will also quick shout out to something going on locally in town is Twisted Arts, which is kind of a LGBTQ plus and women arts organization here in Tulsa. They're doing a double feature of The Craft and
Are they really?
And something else. I can't remember what it was. At the Admiral Twin. I don't remember when it was. It may have already happened. But we had them on my TV station recently, and they talked about their upcoming events, and I remember them mentioning The Craft, and I went, I've never heard of it, but I hear a lot of good things based on what I looked up afterwards. So it's an interesting pick. I think it's gonna be fun. It'll add to our witch subgenre.
Yes, I think it could be fun. It's got that 90s horror aesthetic to it, but it's also set in a high school, so it's that kind of high school coming of age horror. So I'm excited. I watched the trailer for it and it was bananas. I'm gonna have to send it to you guys because I think we should. I think we should maybe do trailer reactions to some of these.
Oh,
there's a part in it where the words come on the screen and it says exercise, but exorcise.
Oh yeah,
your rights, rights, and they're witches. And I went, oh no. I'm picking this.
I don't like it.
Your rights.
I do like the pick, though, Josh. I think that's a really good selection. I think it will be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be. I've never seen it either, so it will be a movie that is good for the three of us. I bet there's some super fans out there. Maybe we can find like a guest who is like a big fan
I think
of The Craft.
I thought it could kind of enhance our repertoires a bit.
Agreed.
And it is currently available on Hulu. So there it's
yes. If you'd like to watch with us, go check that out on Hulu.
Yeah, awesome. Good pick, Josh.
All right.
Woo! Starting off good. Who's going next?
Me to go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like I don't know what Garrett's going to say, so I'm going to spare myself the fear by going first before him. And my pick is an iconic film. I kind of teased it a little bit the other week. A film that I'm hoping will be so iconic that it might not scare me. It is Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Yeah. Good pick.
Oh,
I've never
Kind of
seen
thought that was what you revealed, that it was an iconic movie and one that you hoped didn't scare you, and I was like, oh man, you picked The Shining.
I'm hoping. I've seen it referenced so many times that I'm hoping that that's going to dilute its ability to scare me. However, I'm a very scareable person anyway.
I'm
And
upset about it.
we talked about it earlier this year when we talked about Ready Player One, and there was
Mhm.
the Shining reference in that movie. So I'm kind of hoping, you guys talked about we hadn't seen it, and I thought it was at that moment I was like, maybe I should do The Shining this year. Unfortunately, The Shining is not available to readily stream anywhere unless you have AMC Plus. So it will have to be a kind of a rent it movie or a buy it movie. But it's a classic,
Okay.
so maybe you won't really regret it. Anyway, that's my pick. I've always been interested, but always been too scared to watch it. So I thought this might be a good excuse.
Man. So The Shining is one of those movies that I've never really seen all the way through as an adult. I've seen like bits and pieces of it a lot over time, and I know a lot about it through pop culture because it's a hugely referenced movie. Like you said earlier, it's referenced pretty heavily in Ready Player One. But I did I did attempt to read the book a year or two ago. It was a did not finish. I could not finish it. I think it was just an era of King where I could not read it. It was rough to read. So that's let the fans come at me for that. I understand that it is a well liked book as well. But I do like Stephen King. There's a lot of Stephen King I love. So I'm not a hater, but
Right.
I've never really gotten through this as a movie or a book. But I'm scared of the concept.
And as am I.
I've definitely seen it. Love it. It is a good story, man. I mean, it is a good, slow, unsteady. It's gonna be fun. I'm
When
very excited.
in that scenario, I'm
I
interested to
think
see what you
think that we
hear your
can
thoughts.
have Mr. Andrew. He loves The Shining, I believe. He might be fun to join on that one if he's
Oh
around.
yeah, he could be.
He can talk about the filmmaking and the
Oh yeah,
the iconicness of it. He's good at that.
you can tell us about all
Mhm.
224 takes and stuff like that.
Exactly.
127, whatever it is. Well, I'm interested to hear from you.
Shining.
I try to. Sometimes I like when we pick movies that we haven't seen, but I thought this one. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it, having seen it a few times. All right, well, Garrett, lay it on me. I'm not
I'm not ready either.
I'm not ready.
I picked a movie that none of you have ever seen. There was
a good month.
movie. Yeah, every Halloween I would try to watch as many scary movies as I could, and one year I just found a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to read the director what he said about the audience reaction of this movie. He said, quote, "We had a screening here in Los Angeles and somebody passed out, which I pat myself on the back for. The movie had to creep on you. It's a different kind of fear. It's more of a nauseating fear. You really have the opportunity to maybe feel the nausea of committing a crime rather than glorifying it just for the aspect of fun and thrill. The audience gets to experience for the first time how sick it is to commit murder. We're certainly not condoning it, but making a real statement about serial killers."
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that sound fun?
No.
I am picking 2012's Maniac, starring Elijah Wood.
Maniac.
It is a remake. It is a remake of a 1980s movie, and it is shot from a first-person perspective of a serial killer. It is unsettling, and it is uncomfortable, and I think that you will not like it for those reasons.
Great. I'm so excited. Looks like it's available to stream
I've
on
heard
Don't
Tubi.
know. Oh, you can get the Tubi.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's an indie movie, but again, Elijah Wood is such a good actor, and again, this is shot from first person perspective, so what he is able to deliver in this really unsettling film is on. I mean, in a weirdest way, in most unsettling way, I was so like, wow, this is really this is creepy, and I like it.
Okay. I'm honestly I'm still scared, but I'm relieved because I thought you were gonna say The Exorcist. I really thought we were.
No,
I thought we were
We
gonna watch.
avoided The Exorcist.
I thought you were going to say The Exorcist so that we could then watch The Exorcist Believer. So
That
Who's
doesn't
to
mean
say
we
we
can't
still
watch The
can't?
Exorcist Believer.
I think
Does
you
not.
got to watch both.
Nah.
All right.
We'll see.
Well-
we'll see. We haven't
see-
revealed yet.
No,
Oh,
we
man.
do have 2 more weeks left, so we each have a pick.
Mhm.
There are 5 Mondays in October.
Mhm.
So how do we want to fill those other 2 guys? You know, again, we talked about some new movies that come out. We've got Saw
Yeah. We got the
that's
Eras
coming
tour.
out in September, but whatever. The Eras Tour, which is going to make it's a whole different kind of screaming.
Mhm.
But I say that counts for Halloween.
There'll be costumes.
Or we have, there will be costumes. There may be bad blood. Who knows? I don't know.
Yes.
I was proud of that one.
That's a good one.
And then we got The Exorcist coming out too. So we got some new movie opportunities. Or there's the Caitlin Devers movie on Hulu
Yeah, there's
that
some
I
new-
think is very terrifying.
I think that's also
we've
Stephen
got
King, isn't it?
got some new movie opportunities there.
I don't know. I don't have any
I don't know,
idea
but yeah,
these days.
there's going to be streaming opportunities as well. So I think what we're going to do is we're definitely going to fill a week with a new movie. Let's do that. We won't tell the people what yet because we'll have to decide.
We got to give them a little bit of a trick. We gave you some treats.
Closer.
Yeah, but we'll
And
make
then
it available to vote.
to fill that other one, let's do a fan vote.
I
Fan
think that's-
submission.
Ooh, I
fan
like
vote.
that.
I think that's a good
Let's
idea.
try something like that. We love to do that. It gets everybody active on Instagram and stuff
Mhm.
and chatting in their Discord, which you can join at patreon.com/so-many-sequels. Sign up there and get access to our Discord. It's a good time. So let's try that. Let's throw it out to social media, throw it out to the listeners out there in the world and see what they think we should do. And maybe we can collect some of those, put them in a poll,
Mhm.
and run that poll for a few days, maybe at our So Many Sequels Pod Instagram. And maybe we can end the month there. Maybe we can have the fan pick on
Yes.
Halloween Eve, All Hallows Eve.
That's right.
What's the other one? The Devil, is that the Devil's Night?
Devil's Night. That's when I'll
Is
be
the night
watching
before?
The Crow, my friends.
Dia de
That's
los
when I will be
Muertos.
watching The Crow. That's on the 1st.
That's on the 1st of November?
Yeah, that's November 1st.
Or October
Yeah.
1st?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Day of the Dead is the day after Halloween.
Okay. My
But
my
Devil's
mistake.
Night is the night before. Devil's Night is the night before if you watch The
It's
Crow,
a
which you
whole-
should. Every Devil's Night, like me.
The Crow.
I can't believe we haven't, to be honest.
Sting ruined the
It's
Crow
on
for
the
me.
list, but that Sting made The Crow for me.
It's like I can't watch The Crow and not think of Sting. That's the whole point.
That's the point.
The
Crow's
wrestler
a
or
great
the
movie.
guy from the police?
Yes.
Yes.
One and the same, I believe.
Dang, I truly don't know which one it is.
No, it's the wrestler.
Yeah.
Dang it! I was hoping it was the other stick.
Hey, we had a conversation the other night that I want to bring into the podcast. This is,
sure.
off of the topic, but yes, fan votes, new movies,
Mhm.
and then our 3 picks. It's
Yes.
going to be great.
Go to our Instagram,
yes.
our Threads account, that's it. We'll be,
account.
maybe, is there a way we
mean,
can
yeah,
set something
no,
like that up
we're
on the
online,
website
but-
too? I don't know.
We'll get
Not
there.
yet. We're working on the website. It's a pet project. We'll see.
Definitely.
We'll get there. This whole thing's a
But I want to
project.
bring in favorite kid Halloween movies. We talked a little bit the
Oh.
other day, I think, about some of our favorite kid Halloween movies. If you have any that come off. If not, I found a little bit of a list. We've got Hocus Pocus, The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Corpse Bride, I would say, falls into that. I don't know why Halloween 2 is on there. I wouldn't qualify that as a
Casper.
kid. Little Shop of Horrors. Casper is one that I was thinking about. That's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Casper, yeah, that's a good one.
That and Hocus Pocus, those two were always high. Halloween Town was another one that was mentioned.
Yeah, you may or may
You guys
not
have any that really stick out?
You guys may or may not remember this one, but there was the first ever Disney Channel original movie was a movie called Under Wraps. And it was these 3 kids who are really into horror movies. Or like one was really into horror movies, and his friend was a big scaredy cat. And then they had a girl that they were like, kind of like, oh, she's kind of cute, but also like they're young boys, so they're like, whatever. Anyway, they find a mummy, and the mummy is somewhat scary, but also kind of a dumb, lovable mummy who falls in love with the song "All by Myself." And it's a big running plot point of the movie is that whenever the song "All by Myself" comes on, he like becomes transfixed, you know. And it was a Bill Fagerbach from Coach slash Patrick Star from SpongeBob. He was the mummy. Somehow they get involved with like a mob. I don't know, but it was a really fun, scary movie, scary-ish kids movie that I remember from when I was young. They made a remake and put that on Disney Channel, but the original you can't find anywhere. What a bummer.
I do not know that one. I was not a big Disney kid.
Hey,
Interesting.
On the Disney front, I'll throw another one out there that Josh will like. The Disney's animated Sleepy Hollow was always a good little scary kids movie.
Is that the Ichabod and Mr. Toad?
Yes. Yeah.
Or is that okay?
Yeah, streaming on
it's
Disney
a double
Plus.
feature that they put together. And Bing Crosby narrates the Sleepy Hollow. But don't let that lull you into a sense that it's not scary. That Headless Horseman was terrifying if you're like 5 years old.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm gonna. I mean, the more I think about it, I really think Casper was my favorite one as a kid. I really liked to watch Casper. Other favorites were the Addams Family. I watched a lot as a kid around Halloween, and Beetlejuice.
Oh, Beetlejuice. Good. That's good.
It borders the line, but it's kid friendly enough. I mean, I watched it as a kid.
Guys, they had it Spirit. So I went to Spirit Halloween because tis the season. They have a big giant sandworm thing that comes in sections that you put in the yard, and I didn't buy it, but I wanted to. And you know what? Over time, I've learned that Mars Attacks has become a Halloween movie, and that's one I feel like could be fun to review.
That's interesting.
People find it as a Halloween movie, but I find it I found it funny. But those aliens are scary, and they have one of those latex masks that you put on. It is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah,
I gotta ask what's up with that, and maybe I don't know if we have any speculation. Because I went into a Spirit Halloween the other day too, and saw the Mars Attacks alien. He's a pretty, for the store it is pretty realistic looking, good detail quality. Mars Attacks alien that shoots the little laser at you. Mm-hmm. Why is it back? Why is Mars Attacks suddenly a thing?
I don't know.
Why is it a new? Why is it a centerpiece, a featured item in the Spirit Halloween catalog of 2023?
I don't know. What
happened here?
It didn't feel like it is a very creepy character design, so I'll give it that.
It is. That movie scared me as a kid, straight up.
Yeah, it was off-putting as a child. I can say that. Maybe it just didn't get people felt like it didn't get the love it deserved at the time. It was a Tim Burton film. And it comes with all of the trappings of a Tim Burton film, but with less gothic, I guess.
Except Johnny Depp and less Johnny Depp
and it does have Jack Black, which is great. But anyway, yeah, I remember that kid just being kind of freaked out by that movie. But maybe that's it. Maybe that all the people who were like 5, 6 years old have just been like, what, Mars Attacks, that was a scary movie we need to bring back.
I feel like I got to watch this movie again now. It's been many, many, many years.
It's got an amazing cast.
I was just looking at it. Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito, Martin Short, Michael J. Fox.
What I do remember is that it was scary, but I do remember even as a kid being like, this is really cheesy. Because there's some cheesy stuff in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that was the point, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
It's kind of
Jack
like
Nicholson is the
goal is B movie.
Yeah, like Jack Nicholson is like the president of the United States, and I just remember like his big moment is at the end. He's like, "We could come together, Earth and Mars, together," and they shake hands, and then the hand comes off of the Martian and then stabs him, and it just doesn't. So it does and then like they cut off like Bill Pullman's head and somebody else's head and put them on dogs. It's like a very very weird movie.
Vaguely remembering imagery of that.
We should definitely do that sometime soon. We should do.
That would be fun.
Oh, we could have done September for September.
Oh, do we
September? No, but we could someday. We should do a little
September. September.
Yeah,
I think we can get away with Tim Burton. I think they would know.
September.
Anyway.
So stupid. Anyway.
Yeah. Any other like Halloween stuff you guys are looking forward to? Even if we're not covering it,
First year, yeah.
it's so nice to go into the holiday season and have something to like look forward to that everyone's kind of looking forward to, and all kinds of fun new stuff come out that we haven't seen in a while. It's fun.
You might be able to clip this out. Hot take. I'm looking forward to candy corn because I love candy corn.
Oh, no,
and I
I
know
like-
it's gotten a bad rap over the last 7
like it.
years.
This is a house of candy corn fans, friends. We like candy
man.
corn here at So Many
Well,
Secrets.
we are.
You know
This
what?
whole
You mix
show
it with
is
some peanuts.
corn.
Mix it with some peanuts too. It's delicious.
Now that might be a step too far, but I do. Those aren't bad. But
You don't
I
like that?
would-
It's like the caramel and it's like a payday. It's like a payday.
No,
It
wait.
tastes
You
like a
mean real
payday.
peanuts? You don't mean those little foamy
Yes.
peanuts that you can the little like.
No,
You know what I'm talking about?
God.
You know what I'm talking about? Those
Don't
candy
eat
peanuts.
the foam peanuts, David. That's
No,
not
I'm not
healthy.
the-
That's
the-
dangerous.
the
You
candy.
shouldn't eat
I
the
can't-
backing
The
peanuts.
he's talking about circus peanuts.
Yeah.
Oh no, real
spongy
peanuts.
candy.
Real peanuts.
I can't remember. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
those
know.
are
No.
gross.
Yeah,
Real
I don't like
peanuts.
those. But yeah, with real peanuts, yeah, you can get a pretty good taste out of that, and it does taste like a payday.
Tastes like a payday.
Paydays are underrated. Okay, now we're off topic. Candy corn. I'm looking forward to the return of candy corn. It's gonna be fun.
I'm looking forward to the Charlie Brown pumpkin.
Charlie Bumpkin.
I don't remember what it's
is
called right off the
great.
top of my head, but
The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
I like the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Yeah, there we go. See, I said it eventually. It gets there. Sometimes it takes me take one or take two.
Charlie Bumpkin's great. though.
Charlie Pumpkin.
Charlie Pumpkin. Oh my God, the Keenan werewolf scene from SNL is one of the greatest Halloween traditions that has developed over time
Oh,
It
man.
in
is.
this
And look,
household as well. And that will be watched almost on a regular basis.
I pulled out that reference the other day, and would you believe it fell flat?
If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's on YouTube. Just Google, just look for Keenan SNL werewolf.
It's
and
so
it will
funny.
show up, and you will
was-
be very, very happy.
It's
A
such.
couple of weeks ago, when that whole super blue moon thing was going on, I said the,
The
moon, the Venetian blinds, and nobody got it, and that was fine. I didn't think they would, but I felt good about it.
No, sometimes you just do it for yourself.
Venetian blinds. Oh, good.
Oh God!
I love
All
that
right, we
sketch
have
so
gone
much.
off the rails now.
Oh
Yep,
God.
it's so funny.
Oh
Yep.
man, you don't break David too often.
No.
I love that sketch so
It's
much.
It's
And
great. It is
there
such
was-
a good sketch.
I know this person's persona non grata, but later, that same year, Keenan was at the Mark Twain Prize for a comedian, and he talked about how that comedian had done a lot for African American comics. And he said, for example, just last week I got to play a werewolf choreographer.
Oh my god.
And
oh my God.
Anyway, I'm sorry that
That's-
sketch. Well, I'm probably over laughing about it now, but Keenan saves sketches with how stupid he can make the characters. Oh man, the
Yeah.
Venetian
It's
blinds.
beautiful. Go watch it.
Oh gosh.
Go watch it. It's beautiful. But that's it. I think that's all. Yeah, you're about to go trick or treating. Do you have a costume, David, with the family?
Got plans, but don't have them in house yet. Had been going through some different plans.
guys got
Jack really
plans?
wants to be a baby dinosaur. So we were thinking about a Jurassic Park
A baby
themed
shark?
thing.
You
And
could be a porta potty.
if not that, we've been trying to come up with some combination because we're like, how cold is it going to be? You know, do we have shorts, or whatever? So do that. Maybe we could just dress in like full scientist garb, like lab coats. That'll be pretty easy to get. We also talked about being, the scene from Mary Poppins where they go and they'd like dancing with penguins. So like Jack would be a penguin and I would be Dick Van Dyke and she would be Mary Poppins in those kind of like white get-ups. We talked about
cute.
some other one. Can't remember what it was, but Jack changes his mind kind of daily, but he's been stuck on, he wants to either be a baby dinosaur or a Spinosaurus. He really likes those two. So we'll see. He's been I told Josh he's been practicing trick-or-treating by going around the various doors in the house and just knocking on them and yelling trick or treat. And so it's going to be a fun year. Looking forward to it. I don't know. Hopefully we see some good movies, scary movies or otherwise.
Josh, you got costume ideas?
I don't. I haven't really thought much about it this year, I guess.
It's gonna
I don't
sneak
know.
up. I mean,
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't even know if I'm doing anything.
You should go as a.
What day is it even on this year?
Come up with a funny idea and then go as Threads.
I'll just cover myself in yarn.
Yeah, sandwich, and then say I'm Threads. So put on a sandwich board that says Threads won't be successful until X, Y, and then just put some stupid thing until you can trick or treat on it or something like that.
Good meme. No, I don't know. I haven't thought about it too much. I don't know. I think too much about it is the problem. I overthink the costume.
Yeah.
And so it's easy for me to just go, well, it's too late. I'm just going to not do it.
Yeah, I think
I want it to be good.
I think last year you had kind of a Phantom of the Opera kind of thing going on.
Yeah, it was a real last minute kind of. I just wanted to find a fun mask to wear at least.
That's okay. One year I just put on a Jabberwocky's mask and a hoodie, and I was a Jabberwocky. That's it.
Yeah, I put on a red hoodie once and was Mr. Rogers.
There you go.
Zip up and everything.
I remember that one. Yep. Sometimes it's easier to just make a homemade one.
Yep.
Well,
all right. Well, any other Halloween stuff you guys want to talk about? Because we're in a good spot to wrap up. Honestly, we can let the people go.
I think that I'm excited for this. I think we have a good swath of movies, boys.
I do too.
Yeah, I think we've got a good range.
I'm excited about the gaps that we're going to fill too.
I think that we've got a good range. We're going to fill some gaps. We're going to have some fun, various, like, we got witches, we've got classics, we've got maybe like hidden gems. It's going to be fun. Let me look this up. I think I got something for you here. One last little fun thing, maybe not.
Okay.
This is not helpful. All right, never mind. I was going to try to look up what the highest grossing movie in October was. I think it's Venom is the highest grossing movie to ever come out in Halloween in October, but I could be wrong. So anyway, I'll leave on that boring stat.
What a great stat to end on, yes. All right, you guys can find us online at somanysequels.com. Wherever you found us currently, subscribe on it, whether it's your podcasting app of choice or on YouTube. If you hit that subscribe button, you will not miss an episode, and it helps us be seen by more people. So go do that. Leave a review in Apple Podcasts. And of course, you can join our Patreon, like I said earlier, at patreon.com/so-many-sequels. Get Discord access, come in there and chat with us and the other great Pod Squad members. You can do that for pretty cheap, I think, at patreon.com/so-many-sequels. That's it. We will be back next week with the first official movie of So Many Scares 2023. Will it be The Craft? Will it be Maniac? Will it be
The Shining?
What did you pick?
The Shining.
The Shining?
Yeah.
I don't know yet, but you'll find out if you subscribe. All right. We'll see you guys in October for So Many Scares. Bye.
Ooh.